What is up, Evil Dead fans? I'm going to make a quick video on a tutorial on how to make an Evil Dead chainsaw within a day or half day. Just depends on your skill set. Now let's say you bought a homelite XL already and it's the Evil Dead 2 style, and you don't have the time or the skill set yet to make a full-on chainsaw hand, but you want something for a display now. Now this is something I've gone over a couple people with. One person I've actually helped out, telling him different things he can do is Sleeve Biker. He's on YouTube. Definitely check out his channel. With his display of his chainsaw. Tell him about which handle he should get, the grill, size of the pull string, cord, or the pull string handle, and all that stuff. So I figured I'd better just make a video on it. Now that chainsaw really has three names. It's either the Annie chainsaw, since that's the chainsaw she first saw on the floor of the cabin when she first met Ash. It's also called the non-modified chainsaw or the semi-modified chainsaw. Now, with this method, you don't have to take the motor out. You can leave the motor in it. It's best to just leave it in it because you're gonna have to make a bunch of backings and stuff like that. This way, it's really quick. Now, I don't have on stock the Evil Dead 2 style chainsaw body, so I will show you what I have. This is the Ash versus Evil Dead style. As you can tell by the back handle here, the Evil Dead 2 style has more of the rounded handle. It doesn't angle back like this. Now, say the motor's in this piece right here. It's all together, right? First thing that you want to do is something very simple and easy. Let's change the pull cord. Easy to do. What you do is you get yourself a 7/8 dowel. Just a 7/8 piece of wood. You can get it at any hardware store or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, any place like that. Even Walmart has that stuff. What you do is you cut it to 3 inches wide. You round the edges with sandpaper just a little bit, not too much. Drill a hole right through the center of it. Make sure it's big enough for the cord to go through. Now to install that, all you do is you put a clamp right there. Once you've done that, now if you don't have a pull cord, you can add your own string and just tie it on the inside. You have to take this side off, which is fairly easy to do. But if your pull cord works, what you do, and you just tie it on, right? You just tie it on the inside, just have it hanging. You can do that. Or have it sitting up here. Depends what you want to do. But if your pull cord works, which it should, since you haven't taken the motor out, is what you do is you clamp it here, have it hanging. You can pull the string back through here or cut it off here. And then you put your 7/8 dowel, stained or not stained, it's up to you. If you want a lighter stain that's accurate, you can use a nice, I forgot the name of it. It's an oak style stain. I have it on other videos. You can see whatever stain I use. An oak, a darker one, especially for Evil Dead 2. It's more of a chestnut stain. You don't have to clear coat it or anything like that. And you just tie it on there and then you put it back in. That's done. Shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes to do. Very simple to do. The hardest thing to use power-wise is a electric drill with a drill bit. Okay, you got that done. Easy enough. Now let's talk about the hard plastic handle. Now if you have a metal handle, it's not going to be as accurate, but you can still do it. Okay, it's going to be like this when you get it. You're going to want to cut it right here. Just right there. Now once this little nub is gone, just throw it away. You don't need it. You take the handle off. Easier than what I'm doing. Take the handle off. It's already cut. Take either a knife or something and kind of cut away just the edges just so slightly, and then just sand them rounded. Now if you just sand them rounded, it's going to take you forever to do. So I'm just telling you how to save time. Handle's done. Takes a couple minutes. Here's where the hardest part is. Now this piece right here has to go. This cannot be here. Now you can use a handsaw, it's going to be hard and really jagged. You can use air tools, you can use a Dremel with a cutting bit, it'll be fine. When you cut it, make sure you leave that round little hole in there. That is seen on Evil Dead 2 when it's on the floor. You cut it away, you can smooth it out, round it out. If you need to fill in anything, you can fill it in with milliput or whatever you like to use. Just don't use Bondo because it likes to crack out in spots like that when it's super thick. Bondo will hold too, I would say, but well, you're not really doing much with it. But if you fire it up, it might crack out. I don't know. Never used Bondo on one of these like this. I've never done it. But milliput's probably the best. So yeah, you want to leave that in there. You can cut it about, you want to cut it about right there, right about that edge. So that part's done. That's the hardest part. Now, well, I wouldn't say hardest part. It might be the hardest part, depending on what you have for your muffler piece over here. Now, all of these correct bodies, whether it's any homelite really from the trilogy, you will have the muffler piece and there will be a block on the muffler piece with a hole through it. Some of them have 4 little tack welds on it. Now, this is where it gets a little harder. You may want to just use a Dremel. You don't have to go with air tools. You can use a Dremel with that cutting bit. Is you want to cut off all of those little tack welds and pop that little piece off, that little square piece, and throw it in the garbage. You don't need it anymore. Or some of them actually have screws, 4 little screws, 3 or 4 little screws. Just take those out, pop that block piece off, it's gone. And the muffler will still work. You can keep it as is and it will have the proper muffler piece actually showing. So that or this is gonna be the hardest thing you have to do. The last thing you have to do to take anything apart is take the bar off. Now, on any chain, now I wouldn't say any chainsaw, but on the homelites, I know for a fact, they're only held on by 1 nut. There's a nut, little square piece it fits in, and then there's a little rod sticking up where the bar sits in. You take that 1 nut off, you pull the bar out. Now the bar that you're gonna wanna use is a 16 or an 18 because in that scene when it's on the floor, it's not a 20. There's no way that thing's a 20. You can get some black paint, don't get gloss. You can get a satin or a flat if you really wanna go flat. Let that dry, put it back in here, put the nut back in, boom, ready to go. And then that's the last of the construction that you have to do on the body. Now, next thing you want to do is you want to grill. Now, if you don't have one or you don't make one, you need to buy one. You can go on Etsy. I know Adam E Creations, they're making the more skinnier, thinner model that you see on Ash vs. Evil Dead. There is an individual right now on Etsy too. I don't know who he is. He's making the thicker version. And this is right here, a thicker version. This is the one I do, which Sleek Biker does have on his chainsaw, because I sold him one. But it's like that thick. And all you got to do to put it on, you can leave the sticker on. And these on Etsy will usually run about 18 to 25 bucks. Is just get some really good glue, gel glue, center it, boom, on there, done. Simple as that. Don't use Gorilla Glue because Gorilla Glue, like I've always said, foams up. If you do, make sure you put something on top of here to hold it down, because if you don't, this thing will actually lift because it foams up. And sometimes you will get a lot of foam that comes around these that you can easily break off, but it's a pain in the butt if you use the original Gorilla Glue. Not the clear Gorilla Glue, but the actual old school Gorilla Glue will foam up on you. So you have that installed, right? So when let's say you got the spray paint, you got the grill, you got, let's say you have the tools already. So really that's the only thing you bought and so forth. Oh, and the dowel piece. So you have spent probably around 25, 30 bucks right there. 25, 30 bucks if you don't have any of that stuff sitting around, or you can get some of the spray paint cheaper at Walmart if you go that route. All right, but one more thing about the grills. I don't know if these will be available to the public or not. I really like them. My good friend Chris Pollock has started to make these screen accurate funky grills. And he took a lot of time with these things to get them just accurate, and everything is messed up where it's supposed to be messed up. In which, at this moment, he's finishing the perfect ones. So this is what it would look like with this one on there. Just awesome. He said this one's just a little bit too big, so he's working out all the kinks right now for new ones. And I'll show you those when he's done, because he's going to send me some, because I'm actually going to put them on my Evil Dead 2 chainsaws, because I know some people don't like the thicker ones or the messed up ones. They prefer the cleaner look. I don't go for a clean look. I go for an accurate look. See what I mean? Accuracy is what I love. I love it if somebody looks at it and has to second guess if that is the real deal. That's what I like. So I would rather have something, I used to call these the messed up cupcake, the cupcake tops. These look like a cupcake top and you stick like a cheese cutter and just went, You know, they didn't put a lot of heart and soul into these back in the day. But I think these are super cool. And if Chris ever decides to release these and sell these, I will let you guys know. Incredible stuff. Incredible work. Chris, again, awesome stuff. And he watches my channel. Thank you, Chris. And Joe, you know who you are. I am drinking a beer with you right now, just to prove a point. And if you're under 21, don't drink beer. Or follow your nation's drinking laws, whatever, wherever you're from. Okay, so the bar is done. This is done. Everything's together. You think you're done. 2 more things you need. You need a nice silver paint, and you need a nice black paint. Now, what I use for black paint, and I've said this before, and a paintbrush, is this satin folk art multi-surface. I mean, there's fancier stuff you can buy, but this is on a budget. This right here is like 10 bucks. It's not the cheapest acrylic. Stay away, like I've said before, stay away from Apple Barrel brand. They don't stick, it's horrible. It's more for just little crafty bullshit that you do with your grandma. It's not for this kind of stuff. You need that. Also, you need your paintbrush. Like I said, you can get it anywhere dirt cheap. And then for silver, that metallic look, I go with a Martha Stewart metallic. I actually have her gold too. That woman knows how to cook, and she also knows how to make metallic paints, because that gold that I've got from her is incredible. And she knows how to rig the stock market too. If you didn't know that, she went to jail for that. But what you do is you grab your 2-inch brush or whatever size brush, and you Bob Ross the piss out of it. So, you know, you can dirty it up however you want. If you want to go with more of an accurate dirtied up look, you can go to Google. If you don't know what Google is, where have you been for the last 10 years? Go to Google, Google Evil Dead 2 chainsaw, and go to images. Scroll down just a little bit, and you will find the picture of this on the floor in the movie. Not this specific model. Like I said, this is Ash vs. Evil Dead model. You will find it sitting on the floor, that screen cap. A good reference to have if you're wanting to do metallic paint. So you put on all your paint and your silver wherever. You're going to have some over here and some over this way and some down here. And then you clean it off and just beat the devil out of it. Then you put your black in there, you know, and to avoid brush marks, you know, use a rag or your finger, kind of tap around, smear things around, make it look cool. Actually, my good friend Philip just got done doing his, and it looks fantastic. And I sent him the screen cap from Google. Did a great job. Good job, Philip. If you haven't seen this video or not going to watch it, I don't know. But that's all you do. Now, all in all, you'll spend about 30 bucks at the most, depending on where you get your supplies. You can get a paintbrush for like a cheap one for like 25 cents. The paint, those 2 paints together, cost about 10, 15 bucks, but unless you have a Michaels or Hobby Lobby coupon, which you should have the Michaels or Hobby Lobby app on your phone if you're building anything. Every builder should have those apps on their phone. Trust me, saving 40% is nothing to be embarrassed about having that app on your phone. Trust me on that. Because I do. Now this sticker, you can keep it on there, you can take it off. Does not matter, or you can put it on your hat like I do. Oh, I could be like the hip kids, you know. Let's see them have this crap. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I'm hip now too. Anyways, so that's a really easy way to do it. I've helped other people do this. If you have this little strip here, this little heat guard, remember your motor's gonna stay in here. You can actually keep it running. It'll still run. You've done nothing to make it not run. So it will be a workable chainsaw. Remember, it will be dangerous. So if you're a young kid and wanting to do this, get your parents' permission and let them hang it up way far away from you. Because you don't need to be messing with a real chainsaw. Trust me on that. If you're a young kid and doing this, let your dad, guardian, big brother, whatever, take it apart for you if you're building anything with a chainsaw. That's really it. Should take you a day, less than a day to do. This is real simple and easy, nothing very hard. And all the modifications you've done with the handle over here and the grill will not hurt the fact you may turn it into a chainsaw hand in the future. You can keep all those modifications. And the same one over here with the muffler. All those modifications will stay there. The only thing different is this little piece that you painted silver, the handle up here, that's gonna be gone, of course. But it's really neat. I've helped a lot of people out with doing that. Like I said, get that screen cap from Google, look up Evil Dead 2 chainsaw, and it will pop up. And you can pull out the sticker and be very hip with all the little youngster kids. They're in their yeets and dabs and Fortnites and dumb shit like that. Unless you like it, I'm not a fan. I guess I'm just too old school. I don't know. Or just too old. One of the two. But anyways, and another thing, Kyle Banks, I think his Etsy site is Ghost City Ghouls. On Etsy, he made these stickers and pins. These pins are like hat pins, shirt pins that come with a vial of dirt from the cellar hole from Evil Dead 1 on site. These hands are prayer hands. One is a power glove. The other one's Ash's hand. And below it for the rosary. Remember the prayer hands? A lot of people get them tattooed on their bodies, you know, with a prayer underneath it. The rosary is actually Linda's necklace. Go check it out on Etsy. The pins with the vial of dirt are $10. The stickers, they're $3, I think $3.30 or something. I don't have one on hand to show you. You're supposed to send me one. Haven't got one yet. But when I get it, I will show you guys how amazing they are. And the vials of dirt with them are limited. Limited. And he's an honest guy, and it's True Blue, the real thing. Oh, and one more thing. You can keep the toggle switch on there. You ain't got to switch that crap. But guys, I'm going to let you go. I'm running late. But thank you guys for sticking around. That's an easy build, like I said. And remember, old Martha's pretty good. Folk Art and Martha. You know, they started a company together called Old Folky Martha. Anyways, I'm going to go and remember, Adam E Creation sells the thinner grills. Somebody else in Etsy sells the thicker ones. And if you want one, something like this, that's screen accurate, let me know. I will talk to Chris and see if he is going to start selling these things because they are freaking incredible. All right, guys. Till next time, you stay groovy. All right, I forgot one last thing, one last detail in that video. If you want it to look really, really, really authentic, one thing you're gonna have to try to find and buy, if you don't have this, is the hook on the back. Now, it's like a arborist hook. Now, what it's used for is they hook it on one end of the chainsaw and one end onto them, so if they drop it, it shuts off and just swings from the tree. So that's one of the last pieces you're gonna have to try to find, which will probably be the hardest one to find. So, if you do everything I told you to do, and you buy that, what I just said to buy, a little arborist hook for that homelite, specific homelite. I'm not sure exactly which one to get. If somebody finds it, let me know. Then you got yourself a nice little accurate Annie-saw or non-modified or semi-modified Evil Dead 2 chainsaw. And again, I'm going to say it again. You guys stay groovy. And thank you for sticking around and supporting me. And like I've said before, I get no money from these videos, so I can say shit, fuck, damn, whatever I want to say, just because I don't get monetized by it. I really just want to help you guys out on building a chainsaw and give you any kind of information I can on the Evil Dead trilogy as possible. I do have a lot of skits coming, and I got a lot of stuff for the Knights of Samaria thing. I have an unboxing coming up. I'm getting it from Al and a few other builders as well. I'm going to show you guys what it is, and a lot of it is stuff that will be given away in Chicago. But you have to be part of the Knights of Samaria page in order to get a lot of that stuff, a lot of that swag. Anyways, till next time, you guys stay groovy.